Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is your girl, Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Scorpio. And of course, hi cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Scorpio. I mean, who wouldn't be? I like to remind Scorpio and cross watchers that energy is fluid, so, take it as it resonates. If the roles are flipped or reversed, that's completely okay, and use it as it fits to your specific situation. So basically, I'm going to ask what is happening in your love life that you need to be aware of and know about, but more specifically with this reading, who is in around your psychic field energy of someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you right now in this moment, whether you are single or taken, whether you're currently in a connection or in separation with this energy. I just want to pick up on the energy around you, ask why they're there, what message they have for you, and what does this mean to you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this reading started. I'm first going to use my sound bowl here to clear set the energy and do a mini meditation with you guys, but if you just want to go right on into the card pull, I completely understand. Check out the timestamps that are in the pinned comment below as well as the description box of this video. For those of you here with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in. I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times, and during that time, I just want you to open up your energy, to ask the questions you have in regards to your love life. If there is a certain someone, start thinking about them now, and we'll see what Spirit has to say. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Scorpio. Wow, okay, so the first thing I saw was like a Metallica band t-shirt. So, okay, it doesn't have to be that specific, right? But maybe, I don't know, someone's wearing a band t-shirt right now, or there's someone that was in a band, used to play in a band, currently maybe in one. Or like you guys went to a concert with this person before and someone bought like merchandise from it that they still have, use, wear, and think about that night that they had with you quite a bit. But like I also saw this image that was really kind of sweet. It was like someone reaching for my hand and grabbing it, and it kind of came off as like a little playful, but someone really wanted to do it to see how the other person would react, and it was like the firm grip on it got stronger, and it was like solidified that both of you felt strongly for each other through that like hand grab. And maybe there's something very unique about someone's hand that's why it's drawing me into it, like a really unique birthmark on a hand tattoo, a scar on the hand. Again, these are just some confirmations for some of you guys out there. Just because it doesn't resonate doesn't mean it's not going to be your reading. So let's just get into the cards, see what the cards have to say about this energy that wants to come in, and what does this mean for you guys from now to the end of the month going into July. So tell me about this energy for Scorpio. What is this energy in and around Scorpio's psyche? What do they want to say to Scorpio? Why are they coming through for Scorpio's reading? Ooh, so we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. The letter C is sticking out to me, as in Carol, as in Chris. First, middle, last initial can mean something to someone. But yeah, I feel with this, it's someone that is feeling a little bit like not seeing you as much and feeling a little rejected by that, wanting to text you more often, call you more often. Feels a little bit hurt by the lack of seeing each other as often or talking to each other as often, because they still want to maintain that. I wonder if this person comes off very strongly, a little bit emotionally needy, whether that's you, them, or both of you, I don't know. I wonder if, you know, for some out there, there could be addiction issues going on in someone's personal life. They've struggled with like alcohol, drugs, video games, porn, food. I don't know. It's different for each and every one of you, right? But there could be some addictions going on that is kind of affecting the connection here. And where maybe someone tried to do their best to save someone or to help someone, but it doesn't seem like their efforts are going anywhere. And so maybe someone did kind of take a step back and the other person is really upset by it, hurt by it even, and can't see maybe that that's best for the both of you right now. But let's go ahead and pull some more cards to get deeper into this. Tell me more about this energy for Scorpio. I'm hearing silk pajamas. Don't know if you're wearing them right now or the last time you saw them, you guys were wearing that. But we have Judge. Ooh. And it says light attributes, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Shadow attributes, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. You know, this is giving me very strong Libra vibes with the scales here. So you could be dealing with a Libra, you could have strong Libra in your chart, but yeah, there's someone that is trying to be decisive, is trying to get an answer from you. I feel this, so they can have a better understanding, and they are trying to push for an answer or push for a decision that some of you may not even feel like 100% ready yet, but it's like they're being aggressive with it because they're not liking how maybe there's been a pullback, or maybe there's been certain issues you've had concern with that they didn't want to fix until now. And I just wonder if someone's also into law enforcement, could be a lawyer, studying to be one even, or someone's had a criminal past before, I'm kind of feeling with this card here, especially if there has been addictions and someone could have had like a DUI or, you know, minor in possession, or, you know, possession in general, right? So, yeah, I think from what I'm feeling from this combination so far is like someone's feeling an urgency to hear from you, to hear clarity from you, to get a decision from you or understanding from you, or for you to make a choice. And they're wondering if they're at that expense of your choice. What does this mean? Like they have so many questions that they feel the need to get an answer from you right now, Scorpio, and trying to put the pressure on that answer to come, even when you don't have all the facts. Interesting. Someone may have like red hair or red tinted hair, like, you know, brown, reddish hair. Tell me more. What does this person want to say to Scorpio? I feel like you'd be better off without me. I have cried over losing you. Whoa, yeah, okay. I think this person, you know, for the longest time, and maybe even depending on what time frame you're in, is still trying to fight off this, like what they feel could be close to an ending with you. But maybe their higher selves know that maybe this path that you decide to go on for your own betterment, and even the betterment for them until, you know, they get their stuff together, is what's truly beneficial for the both of you right now, to have this break, to have this separation, even though their lower vibrational self, their ego self, does not want to admit that, does not want to be okay with that. I think their higher self is like seeing this as, you know, I've put Scorpio through a lot, and Scorpio deserves to be happy. Scorpio deserves to be, you know, with someone that could give them everything they deserve. And I don't know if I'm at that place right now. But again, I think their higher selves and their ego selves are having a very hard time coming to that decision. But, you know, I also wonder if some of them say stuff like this for manipulative effect. Like they'll put that text out there, fine, I'll hope you have a good life or whatever, but then, you know, are expecting you to chase. So let's get into the tarot. This seems like a very complex situation that you guys need definite clarity on before making a choice or a decision. So I'm going to ask how they feel about you right now. What do they think of you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection they have with you currently, and what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Scorpio? What are they really hoping is going to happen and unfold between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? You know, for some reason I saw the Australian flag. So I don't know if someone's from Australia, lives in Australia, could have an Australian accent, where it's like someone's always been wanting to go there. Again, not everyone's message, of course. But yeah, this is starting to make a lot of sense. Yeah, they're very emotional over you right now. I can see that very clearly. And, you know, with their mental space, with the moon card, they're coming up with their own assumptions about the situation without hearing from you. And maybe that's what's adding pressure on this, for them to get like more information from you, more understanding, or to kind of even not hear what you have to say fully and try to twist it and spin it for their own benefit. They're in a little bit of a dark night of the soul over you right now, Scorpio. Okay. Yeah. So bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. This is Aries energy. You could be dealing with an Aries or someone with strong Aries in their chart. Does not have to be the case. This is why it's been so hard to kind of walk away from this person, because from the start, you guys have had an attraction to one another. You guys at first may have thought that you were on the same page as far as goals, dreams, how you saw that this was going to end with one another before certain behavior started to become very apparent to you, or before, you know, they kind of almost, it feels like switched on you is a really good way to describe it, Scorpio. I do feel this person is a lot of fun to be around, and there is a very good side to them. They're adventurous. They like to have, you know, spontaneous nights of where they just, you know, go to a concert and then go to the diner with you at the end of the night and then decide to go park somewhere to look at the stars. You know, that type of energy where it's like they're very energetic. They're very vibrant. They love this part of themselves that can just go out there, see what's happening, and not hold themselves very much back. And maybe that's a part of them that really drew you into them, Scorpio. But I feel this Two of Wands has faded since then. I do want to mention that there are 2 twos here. So your birthday could be November 2nd, November 12th, or October 22nd, or November 22nd for some cuspers here. But yeah, I feel like they're trying, especially if they have addictive personalities, they're trying to get that like high, let's just say, of the first few months of getting to know you, the first few times of hanging out with you, where the passion was so strong, where you didn't know each other's full extent of the complexities of each other's personalities yet. And they're trying to get that back to where it started with this Two of Wands, instant connection, instant, you know, pull to one another, excitement to see one another, excitement in hanging out with one another. They've noticed that's fade, and that's really hurt them. So let's get into this. How they feel about you or this situation is the Three of Wands. Aries energy. So yeah, they're waiting for something coming from you. They feel like they have to wait for it. They feel like they can't make this decision until they see where you're coming from, hear where you're coming from. But I'm getting a little frustration hearing that message, because it's like I told them. But again, with the moon in their mental space, they're not really taking reality into consideration, because it's not in alignment with what they want out of this. I don't feel like these people are bad people, or that they're like, you know, have evil intentions or anything like that. But I think that due to whatever addiction issues they may have, or codependency issues they may have, it gets in a way and sabotages a lot for them. And they act out from that. But with the Three of Wands, yeah, maybe they sent out a message to you and now they're currently waiting for that reply. That's taking longer than they thought. But, you know, with this Three of Wands here, they're also kind of in their heart feeling hopeful about this, hoping that, you know, you guys are going to make it through this rough patch, that you will be back. That's how they're feeling right now, Scorpio. But what they think about this connection, think about you, is the Moon card. So Pisces energy, Cancer energy for me as a reader. So if this is what they're thinking about the situation, they're not seeing it very clearly. And they're getting lost in, the fantasy of what they want out of this. They do fantasize about you, but I also feel like they idealize you quite a bit, which is flattering at first. But I think they put you as like the main reason for their success or happiness or failure. And that's a little manipulative to do that to someone, right? And they may put a lot of emotional stress or burden on you, but they may be thinking like that's the way to maintain the connection. So what's an example of that? Like texting you that they're, really upset, that they are about to do something that may hurt themselves, or that they are like, they call you, really drunk, like a drunk dial, and get really emotional on the phone. Like they think that they have to use their extreme emotions to keep your attention. That's why I see for some of you guys. Others of you, they have dreams about you a lot. And maybe that's helping them try to figure out the missing pieces to what they're trying to complete as a puzzle between what's going on between the two of you. They may think you're not seeing things clearly. They may think you're not, you're assuming a lot. You're prejudging things without knowing the full truth. They may be wondering if you're hiding something, or if you are like prolonging this inevitable of breaking up with them. And that's made them really anxious. That's made them really nervous. Definitely here with the Moon card. They're afraid maybe what you've told your family members or close circle of friends about them, and afraid that that judgment is going to be, unfair to them or not look at them in a great light. What they like the most about you is the Seven of Cups. Scorpio energy. So some of you could have multiple Scorpio placements. You could also have Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon. Doesn't have to be the case, but you are someone that is also very complex. And by being complex, you understand the depth of people and humanity. You are someone that can see where people can go to their lowest of lows, but also see when they make it out to the other side. You try to be understanding of what people are going through emotionally. You try to ride the waves with them. You try to better understand them, whereas they may have felt like other people in their life didn't make that effort the way you have, Scorpio. I do feel that with this Seven of Cups energy, you also help them kind of calm down and de-stress and help work through their anxiety, work through their fears. You've helped them kind of like stop the wave of anxiety or stress or addiction, maybe even come before. You've helped be that rock, that center when they were going through a lot emotionally. I'm also seeing that you like to change up your look a lot, and that's something they find really exciting. They don't know what your style is gonna be, how your hair is gonna look, how you're gonna do their makeup every time they hang out with you. If you do wear makeup, if you don't, it's not your message. But what they don't like about you is the Four of Wands. Wow, Aries energy again. So I feel this is more recent, that you have not been so much there for them. And again, like, I'm not judging you for that at all. And I'm just the messenger here, whether it's, reasonable or not. They feel like you used to be their ride or die. You used to be the one that they could call and you would always answer, that they never thought or suspected that there wouldn't be, a near future without you two being together or figuring something out. I wonder if some of you guys have broken up with this person and they felt like that's ruined, the foundation you guys created, or if they're afraid you are in the process or thinking about breaking up with them. And, in their own anger that could be unjust, they may think that's like betrayal, hurt. And maybe even for some of you, because being with this person has like put some stress in your life or anxiety in your life, like you guys aren't enjoying each other's time, company as much as you used to before. There may always be arguments or fights or disagreements that are starting to become more and more apparent. And it's not like it was when you first got together. That's clear here. I wonder also if recently they tried to come over to your home, stay the night, and you did not allow that to happen, and they've been very hurt by that. What they like the most about this connection is the Six of Cups. Scorpio energy. Possibly you could be dealing with another Scorpio or someone with strong Scorpio in their chart. But they like the fact that this is something that you guys have tried to work on for quite some time, or even some of you've known each other for so long. You met in school, whether that's, way far back as like you grew up together in the same town, elementary school, or even like high school, college, you met at that time. That through your long history and long past, you guys have built something that would be very, very hard to break free from, that would be hard to walk away from. They think you, even though you may be initiating some distance, initiating some space, that's still very prevalent and undeniable, the history you guys have together, that it would make it very hard to do so. What they don't like about this connection right now is the Ace of Wands. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Things are not changing. There's no, big U-turn of excitement that is being pushed on your end to restart something, to respark a connection that may be dwindling down or even lost to you guys. And again, I think there's been some issues with intimacy and maybe even sexual performance or sexual enjoyment with each other more recently than not. And maybe it's because you, like Scorpio, man, you guys know how you are in the bedroom, okay? And you guys are very intuitive lovers, very like sexually linked lovers. And if you can't feel that depth, you can't fake it. So whether you kind of notice that on their end or they've kind of been seeing that on your end, it's made them feel some type of way, definitely. Could also mean like, initiating a night over, initiating, any sort of sexual, sensual flirtation interaction. It may have been shut down. Highest hopes, the Magician. Gemini energy, Virgo energy. There are 2 ones here, so your birthday could be November 1st, November 11th, October 21st, or October 31st for some of you guys. But they're hoping that they can make this work. They know that this is on them to make an effort to change your mind, to get things back to where it was. And they're hoping that they can find that power within them to make a difference, to take action, to take the initiative, to do the right steps. And, with that action being met with their faith and hope that it will all work out and that they can prove to you that this is something to maintain, this is something to keep. They're manifesting that you two will make it through this and that they can do what it needs to be done in order to convince you to stay through this. But deepest fears is the 2 of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy, that, you're not going to be so easily impressed, easily convinced. You're still going to be torn no matter what they do because of the past that maybe is hard to forget. The, certain behaviors they've been doing that has making this a lot more unstable for you. They're afraid that they sabotage this to where you can't fully feel like you can trust this or feel safe in this. And that the trust and safety and security within this connection has been completely rocked. And they're afraid that there's no fixing it, or that there's no way to kind of get you in that same place where you're fully confident in this again, stable in this, or sure of this again. They're afraid they're going to mess it up, that they're not going to do the right thing or wait too long, and then eventually losing you, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, to see the likely outcome of the situation, what is likely to happen and unfold from now to end of the month that you need to be aware of, know about? What else can I tell you about this person or this situation? So with whatever happens, you make the best decision for yourself. We're going to go ahead and take this to Patreon for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome. Pull some more tarot oracle cards to just dive deeper into this situation. So if you guys really felt that this was your reading, you need more answers or clarity, I promise those will be provided to you in the extended reading. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video where you will find the link to Patreon that will take you to the extended reading. Also, while you're there, if you love my channel, if you love watching all the placements for everything in your natal chart to catch up, I am offering a really lucrative and money-saving option for you guys through the Mermaid Scales Tarot exclusive membership on Patreon, where you will have access to all the extended readings I ever post at a one-time fee every month, as well as exclusive content. So if you guys want more of my content, I will be providing exclusive readings that will only be available on Patreon, not to YouTube. So check it out if you're interested. But this is where you depart, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me, and like I said, I hope this really resonated with you. If it did, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Scorpio, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Scorpio.